Have you ever tried to imagine the edge of everything? Picture standing beneath the night, looking up at stars scattered like jewels across velvet, and then asking yourself, what lies beyond the farthest star, beyond the most distant galaxy, beyond the reach of even light itself? It is one of those thoughts that makes your mind pause, that stirs both wonder and unease, as if the universe is offering you a riddle with no answer. Tonight, we begin a journey into that riddle. We will explore the edges of the observable universe, the place where light itself cannot keep up with expansion, where galaxies slip away into silence, never to be seen again. This is not a story of loss, but a story of perspective. The universe is so vast, so old, and so full of mystery that most of it will remain forever hidden. And yet, by thinking about what we cannot see, we learn more about what we can. Before we begin, let yourself settle. Wherever you are, whether lying in bed, resting in a chair, or simply listening in a quiet space, know that there is no hurry here. The universe is endless, and time moves slowly. These thoughts are here only to guide you into wonder. If you drift into sleep before we reach the end, that is perfectly fine. These galaxies will still be here tomorrow, and they have been here for billions of years already. And if you enjoy these journeys, I would be grateful if you let others know so more wandering minds can join us in this quiet corner of the cosmos. Now, let us begin. The idea of an edge to the universe feels impossible. After all, the universe is everything, so how could it have an end? Yet when we speak of edges, we do not mean a wall or a barrier, but a horizon. Just as sailors once spoke of the horizon on the sea, the universe has its own horizon, not of water but of light. It is called the cosmic horizon, and it marks the limit of what we can ever see. Beyond it, there are galaxies, perhaps countless trillions of them, but their light will never reach us. They are real, but forever invisible. The reason lies in the nature of space itself. Space is not still. It stretches and grows, expanding like the surface of a balloon being gently blown up. The galaxies are not racing through space so much as being carried along with it. As space expands, distant galaxies move farther away from us, and the farther they are, the faster they recede. Some are now receding so quickly that their light can never cross the growing distance. Even if we wait forever, the universe will carry them away, placing them beyond our horizon. This means that when you look at the night sky, you are not just seeing stars and galaxies, you are seeing survivors, those still close enough that their light can reach us. Beyond them lies an invisible ocean of galaxies already gone from sight, slipping away silently as space expands. They are not lost in destruction, but lost in distance. Their light is stretched and stretched until it fades, swallowed by the dark. To imagine this, think of standing on a beach at night. You can see the waves rolling in, one after another, each carrying a shimmer of moonlight, but beyond a certain distance, the waves are invisible. They are still there, but your eyes can no longer trace them. The universe is like that beach, with galaxies as the waves. Some roll toward us, with their light still reaching, but most are beyond sight, beyond the horizon, forever hidden. It is humbling to realize that we live inside a bubble of the observable universe. This bubble is immense, stretching for about 46 billion light-years in every direction, containing billions of galaxies. Yet, it is only a fraction of what truly exists. Beyond the bubble, galaxies go on and on, perhaps without end, countless lights we will never know. We can measure their existence through theory, but we cannot see them and never will. This raises a strange question. does it matter that we will never see them? Some might say no, since they are forever beyond reach. But others might say yes, because their existence reminds us that what we know is always limited, that the universe is larger than our imagination. The galaxies we cannot see are part of the same story as the galaxies we can. They are part of the universe's truth, even if hidden from our eyes. Think for a moment about the light that does reach us. Each distant galaxy we see has sent its light across billions of years. That light left before Earth was formed, before life began, before humans existed. The galaxies we see are already old memories, snapshots of how they once were, not how they are now. And yet, many of them are still moving away, some already slipping beyond our horizon. Even the galaxies we see are not permanent. With enough time, most of them will disappear from view. This thought can feel lonely, but it can also feel peaceful. The universe is not something we can hold or capture. It is something we can witness for a time, knowing that much will always remain out of reach. That is part of its beauty. The unseen is not absence, it is mystery, and mystery gives depth to wonder. As you let this thought rest in your mind, picture yourself lying beneath the night sky. The stars shine above you, steady and bright. Beyond them are galaxies, hundreds of billions of them, glowing softly across the void. Beyond those, still more galaxies, countless in number, already too far for their light to reach you. You lie beneath layers of the universe, visible and invisible, present and absent, known and unknown. You are a witness to the edge of everything, even if the edge will forever remain unseen. The universe is not static. It is not a stage where galaxies sit unmoving in an eternal night. Instead, space itself stretches, carrying galaxies with it, like lanterns adrift on an expanding sea. This is the reason galaxies drift farther and farther away from us, and the reason many of them will vanish forever beyond our reach. To understand the idea of galaxies we will never see, we must first understand how the universe expands. Imagine a balloon. On its surface, you place tiny dots to represent galaxies. As you blow air into the balloon, the surface stretches and the dots move apart. They are not sliding across the surface. They are being carried along by its expansion. The balloon is not space itself, but it helps us see how galaxies can drift apart without moving through space in the way we think of motion. Space is not a backdrop. It is the very fabric of the universe, and it grows with time. The evidence for expansion was first seen when astronomers measured the light from distant galaxies. They found that the light was stretched, shifted toward the red end of the spectrum. The greater the distance, the greater the stretch. This was the cosmic signal that space was expanding. The galaxies were not rushing through space like comets across the sky. Instead, the space between us and them was growing, carrying them farther away. At small distances, this expansion is subtle. The Milky Way and its nearby neighbors are bound by gravity and will not drift apart. But at larger scales, expansion dominates. Galaxies separated by millions of light years are carried outward as the fabric of space stretches. The farther away they are, the faster they recede. And at extreme distances, some galaxies are receding faster than the speed of light, not because they are breaking cosmic rules, but because space itself is carrying them beyond light's ability to catch up. This is the heart of the cosmic horizon. There are regions of the universe where light, no matter how fast it travels, can never cross the growing gulf. It is as though we are standing on an island in the middle of an ocean that is rising faster than we can swim. No matter how hard light tries to bridge the distance, the waves of expansion carry the galaxies away. It is humbling to realize that the expansion of the universe is not slowing down. For a long time, scientists believed that gravity might slow the stretching of space, perhaps even stop it. But the discovery of dark energy changed that picture. Dark energy is the mysterious force that accelerates expansion, pushing galaxies away more and more quickly. Because of it, not only are galaxies slipping beyond sight now, but even more will vanish in the future. Expansion is not gentle, it is relentless. Think for a moment about what this means for the night sky. Today, we can see billions of galaxies, each filled with billions of stars. Their light has traveled for billions of years to reach us. But the galaxies themselves are drifting away. In the distant future, only the nearest galaxies will remain visible, while the others will fade into darkness, carried beyond the horizon. The universe will look emptier, lonelier, not because the galaxies have vanished, but because their light will never arrive. To picture this, imagine yourself standing in a vast field at night, surrounded by lanterns glowing in every direction. Slowly, the lanterns begin to drift away, carried by invisible currents. At first, you can still see them, though they are smaller and dimmer, but eventually, one by one, they slip beyond your vision, leaving you with fewer lights. The field is still full of lanterns, but from where you stand, most of them are gone. That is the story of cosmic expansion. It is strange to think of galaxies receding faster than light. After all, we are told that nothing can exceed the speed of light, but this limit applies to objects moving through space, not to space itself. Space has no speed limit. It can stretch as quickly as it will, and in doing so, it carries galaxies with it. Light is still the fastest thing in the universe, but even light cannot outrun the expansion of the cosmos. This is why some galaxies are already forever lost to us, their light cut off by the swelling of space. The expansion also means that what we see is not the universe as it is now, but as it was long ago. The light from a galaxy 10 billion light-years away began its journey when Earth did not yet exist. By the time it reaches us, that galaxy may have changed completely, forming new stars, merging with neighbors, or even slipping beyond the horizon. We are always looking at history, never the present. And some parts of history will never catch up to us, no matter how long we wait. This realization invites us to rethink our place in the cosmos. We live in a universe that is not fixed but changing, not stable but flowing. The expansion is quiet, invisible to our senses, yet it defines everything we can and cannot see. The galaxies slipping away are a reminder that the cosmos is larger than our imagination, a story that will always contain chapters hidden from us. As you let these thoughts drift through your mind, imagine yourself carried along with the expansion. You are part of the fabric of space, stretching with it, moving outward not by choice but by nature. Around you, galaxies shine, some close, some far, some already gone beyond sight. You are in the middle of a universe that is growing, and though you cannot stop it, you can feel awe at the scale of its reach. The expansion is not something to fear. It is the quiet breathing of the cosmos, steady, endless, and vast. When you step outside on a clear night and look at the stars, it feels as though the sky stretches without end. The farther you gaze, the more it seems that the universe must go on forever, and perhaps it does. Yet no matter how vast the cosmos truly is, there is a boundary to what you and I will ever be able to witness. That boundary is the observable horizon, the cosmic limit defined not by walls of matter, but by the speed of light and the age of the universe itself. The horizon is not like the edge of a cliff or the shoreline of an ocean. It is not something you could point to in space. Instead, it is a distance, a radius that stretches around us in all directions, forming an invisible bubble. Everything inside that bubble has had enough time since the birth of the universe to send its light to us. Everything beyond has not. It is as though we are living inside a sphere of light, and that sphere has been growing for as long as the universe has existed. This bubble is vast beyond comprehension. From Earth, the observable universe extends roughly 46 billion light-years in every direction. That means the farthest galaxies we can see are not 46 billion years old, but rather that the expansion of space has stretched them to that distance in the time since their light began to travel. The light we receive now left them billions of years ago, and it has been stretched and redshifted as the universe expanded. What we see is their ancient past, not their present. Imagine being on a ship at sea. The water stretches endlessly, and the horizon looks like the edge of the world. Of course, you know there is no true edge, only the limit of your vision. If you could climb higher, the horizon would expand, revealing more of the ocean. The universe works in a similar way, except there is no higher vantage point. The cosmic horizon is set by light itself and by time. Beyond it, the ocean of galaxies goes on, but their light will never reach us. The idea of an observable horizon can be unsettling. It means that most of the universe is hidden, not just temporarily, but permanently. Galaxies beyond the horizon are real, but their light will forever remain out of reach. They are part of the cosmos, yet not part of our experience of it. To know they exist without ever being able to witness them directly is to feel the limit of human knowledge pressed gently against us. Why does this horizon exist? The answer is rooted in the finite age of the universe. The cosmos is about 13.8 billion years old. That is the length of time light has had to travel since the moment of creation. But because space has been expanding during that time, the most distant objects we can see are much farther than 13.8 billion light-years away. The stretching of space means that their light has taken longer paths to reach us, and the distance between us has grown as the light traveled. This is why our observable bubble extends so far, to about 46 billion light-years. When we look toward the horizon, we are looking not just far away, but far back in time. Light from the most distant galaxies began its journey when the universe was very young, less than 1 billion years old. Beyond them, the light has not had time to arrive. We are locked inside our horizon, unable to see further, as though the universe is keeping its oldest secrets just beyond our reach. This does not mean those galaxies are gone. They are there, existing in their own right, evolving, forming stars, colliding, and growing as galaxies do. They are simply hidden behind the veil of time and distance. The horizon is not a wall that keeps them apart from us. It is a natural limit set by physics, the result of light traveling at a finite speed and the universe having a finite age. It is fascinating to imagine how different the horizon looks from another galaxy. If you were standing on a distant world, the observable universe would still be about 46 billion light-years in radius, but it would contain a different collection of galaxies. Some that are hidden from us would be visible there, while some we see would be invisible from that point of view. Each observer in the universe has their own horizon, centered on them, unique to their place in space. The cosmos is full of horizons, overlapping and endless. There is a quiet poetry in this idea. Each galaxy carries its own window into the universe, its own bubble of vision, its own private night sky. Yet, All of these horizons are bound by the same rules, the same speed of light, the same flow of time. We are united not by what we can see, but by the limits we all share. For us, the observable horizon is both a gift and a reminder. It is a gift because it shows us the universe as it once was, a living history book written in light. It is a reminder because it shows us that there are things we will never know directly, no matter how far we look. We must accept that the universe is larger than our reach, larger than our sight, larger than our understanding. As you let this thought settle, picture yourself inside the bubble. Around you are galaxies, near and far, their light traveling across time to reach your eyes. At the edge, faint and redshifted, are the most ancient galaxies, their glow stretched thin by expansion. Beyond them lies a vast unknown, filled with galaxies you will never see, structures you will never know. The bubble is not a prison, it is a window, offering you a view of the universe's story, even if not the whole of it. In the end, the observable horizon is not a barrier to wonder. It is a source of it. To know that the universe extends far beyond what you can ever see is to feel awe at its immensity. You do not need to see everything to know it is there. The horizon is enough to remind you that you live in a cosmos so vast, so rich, that even its hidden parts are part of its beauty. When you look at the stars, the light seems steady and eternal, as though the night sky has always glowed the same way. But the truth is that light is stretched and altered as it crosses the cosmos. The further it travels, the more it is changed. This stretching of light is called redshift, and it is the quiet marker of the universe's expansion. It is also the reason galaxies slip away from us, fading slowly until they vanish beyond the reach of our eyes. To understand redshift, imagine a wave on the surface of water. The distance between the peaks of the wave is its wavelength. Light is also a wave, with colors defined by their wavelengths. Blue light has shorter waves, while red light has longer ones. As space expands, it stretches the waves of light traveling through it, pulling them to longer wavelengths. This shift makes the light appear redder the farther it travels. For galaxies close to us, the effect is small. For galaxies billions of light years away, the effect is enormous, turning their glow into a faint whisper at the edge of invisibility. Redshift is not caused by galaxies rushing through space. It is caused by space itself stretching as the light moves through it. Imagine yourself drawing a line on a balloon and then inflating it. The line does not move, but it stretches with the balloon. In the same way, light waves stretch with the universe, growing longer as they cross the ever-expanding fabric of space. This is why the most distant galaxies appear so red and so faint. Their light has been stretched across billions of years, losing energy as the universe carries it away. The more distant a galaxy is, the faster it seems to be receding. This is why redshift is like a measure of distance and time rolled together. When astronomers look at galaxies and measure how red their light has become, they can calculate how far away they are and how fast space is expanding. The result is staggering. Many galaxies are receding at speeds greater than the speed of light, not because they are breaking cosmic laws, but because the space between us and them is growing too quickly for light to keep up. Their redshift is so extreme that their light will eventually disappear entirely from view. This is why the night sky we see today is not the same sky future generations will see. Over billions of years, the galaxies we now observe will fade. Their light will grow redder and dimmer until it vanishes altogether. The universe will not become empty, but our window into it will shrink. Only nearby galaxies, bound by gravity, will remain visible. The vast ocean of galaxies that once filled the sky will slip away, leaving a quieter, lonelier cosmos. To imagine this, picture yourself in a room filled with distant lanterns. Each lantern glows brightly at first, but slowly their light stretches, fading to a dull red before vanishing into darkness. You remain surrounded by them, yet you can no longer see them. The room has not emptied, but your vision has dimmed. This is what redshift does to the universe, slowly drawing the curtain on galaxies beyond our horizon. Redshift is not only a sign of loss, it is also a tool of discovery. By measuring how stretched the light of galaxies is, astronomers have mapped the expansion of the universe and traced its history. They have found that galaxies near us show only a slight redshift, while galaxies billions of light years away show an enormous one. This pattern reveals that the universe is expanding everywhere, in every direction, not from a single center, but as a whole. We are not at the center of the cosmos. Every observer, wherever they may be, sees galaxies drifting away in the same way. The discovery of redshift changed how we see the universe. Once, people believed that the cosmos was eternal and unchanging, that the stars had always shone and always would. Redshift showed us that the universe has a history. It had a beginning, it is expanding, and it will continue to change. The light from galaxies is like a record of that history, stretched across billions of years, carrying the memory of a universe in motion. There is something haunting about the thought that even as you lie beneath the night sky, galaxies are slipping away. You see them as they were long ago, but even their ancient light is fading. The universe is not still. It is moving, flowing, and stretching, and you are carried with it. The stars feel permanent, but they are part of a story of change written in invisible red light. Think of the most distant galaxies we can see. Their light began its journey when the universe was young, only a fraction of its current age. As that light crossed the cosmos, the universe expanded around it, stretching its waves. By the time it reached us, it had traveled for billions of years, altered beyond recognition, yet still carrying the image of a galaxy as it once was. That galaxy has likely changed completely, perhaps merged with others, perhaps hidden beyond our horizon now. What you see is a memory, stretched thin, fading as the universe continues its expansion. And yet, there is beauty in this fading. Redshift is not destruction, it is transformation. It shows us that the universe is alive, restless, filled with motion. It reminds us that what we see is only part of the story, that there are galaxies we will never know, but that they still exist, shining in their own corner of reality. The unseen is not absence, it is mystery, and mystery is what makes the universe so full of wonder. As you let this thought settle, imagine the galaxies glowing softly, their light stretched into long waves drifting across space. Picture them receding slowly, carried by the currents of expansion. You may never see them again, but you know they are there, part of the great tapestry of the cosmos. Their red-shifted light is like a final whisper, a reminder that the universe is greater than the vision of your eyes and that there is always more beyond the horizon. When we talk about speed in the universe, we often think of light as the ultimate measure. Nothing, we are told, can move faster than light. It is the speed limit of the cosmos, the barrier that no particle or object can cross. This truth has been tested and confirmed countless times, and it defines much of what we know about physics, yet there is a curious twist. While no object can move through space faster than light, Galaxies themselves can recede from us at speeds greater than light because it is not the galaxies that are moving, but the fabric of space that is expanding. This distinction is subtle but profound. To understand it, imagine standing on the surface of an inflating balloon with dots scattered across it to represent galaxies. If you measure the distance between two nearby dots, it increases slowly as the balloon expands. But if you measure the distance between two dots far apart, the surface stretches so much that they separate rapidly. From your perspective, it might seem as though they are rushing away faster than any speed you can imagine. In truth, they are not moving at all. They are stationary on the surface, carried apart by expansion itself. The same is true in our universe. Galaxies are not flying through space faster than light. They are not breaking any laws. Instead, the space between us and them is growing, and over large distances, that growth outpaces light's ability to cross the gap. The farther a galaxy is, the faster it appears to recede until, at great enough distances, it seems to move away faster than light. These galaxies are already beyond our cosmic horizon, their light forever unable to reach us. This idea can feel strange, even unsettling. How can something be moving away faster than light if light is the ultimate limit? The answer lies in remembering that the speed of light is a limit on motion through space, not on the stretching of space itself. Space does not travel, it expands, and in doing so, it can carry galaxies apart at any rate. It is not that galaxies are breaking a rule, but that the rule applies differently to the fabric of reality itself. This is why distant galaxies are slipping from view. Light leaving them today is stretched so far by expansion that it will never reach us. The space between grows too quickly for light to close the distance. We see those galaxies only as they were long ago, when their light first began its journey billions of years in the past. In their present state, they are already gone from sight, carried into regions of the universe forever hidden from us. To picture this, imagine standing on a shoreline, watching waves roll in from far across the sea. Each wave is like a beam of light, carrying information from a distant source. But now, imagine the sea itself rising and stretching, pulling the distant horizon farther and farther away. The waves still travel toward you, but the horizon recedes faster than they can cross it. No matter how long you wait, those distant waves will never arrive. That is what happens when galaxies slip away faster than light, carried by the swelling sea of space. The thought that galaxies are disappearing from sight might feel melancholy, but it is also a reminder of how dynamic the universe is. The sky you see tonight is not permanent. Over unimaginable spans of time, it will change. Galaxies we see now will fade from view, their light stretched beyond detectability. The night sky of the distant future will contain fewer galaxies, fewer points of light, until only the closest companions remain. The great tapestry of the cosmos will grow quieter, not because it has ended, but because expansion has carried most of it beyond reach. And yet, even if the galaxies drift beyond sight, they remain part of the universe. Their stars continue to burn, their planets continue to circle, their black holes continue to shape space. The fact that we cannot see them does not erase their existence. It only reminds us that the universe is larger than our vision, larger than our reach. It humbles us, teaching us that our perspective is always partial, always incomplete. There is beauty in this humility. To know that there are galaxies forever beyond sight is to recognize that the cosmos is inexhaustible. We will never run out of mysteries, never exhaust the supply of wonders. Even as our telescopes grow stronger and our instruments more precise, there will always be an unseen realm, galaxies drifting faster than light can travel, reminding us that reality is greater than our imagination. Some galaxies will never reach our horizon, no matter how long the universe lasts. Their light is swallowed by expansion before it can ever cross the growing gulf. They are like messages written in bottles, cast into a sea that expands faster than the bottles can drift. Those messages will never arrive, but the act of casting them is still part of the story. The universe is filled with such messages, silent and unseen, traveling forever into the unreachable. Think of the galaxies still within our sight. Their light is ancient, stretched, and faint, but it reaches us against all odds. Each photon that enters your eye began its journey billions of years ago, traveling through expanding space, surviving collisions, passing through vast stretches of nothing, to arrive here in this moment. The fact that you can see any galaxies at all is extraordinary. The fact that you cannot see them all is what gives the universe its depth and its mystery. As you rest with this thought, imagine yourself floating gently in space, surrounded by galaxies. Some are close, steady in their glow. Others are distant, their light red and faint. Beyond them lie galaxies you will never see, already carried away faster than light, their glow forever beyond reach. You know they are there, though they will never be visible. You are surrounded by presence and absence at once, part of a universe that is both visible and invisible, both known and unknowable. When we talk about light from the stars, it is easy to imagine it as something constant and everlasting. After all, the glow of the night sky has been with us for as long as there have been eyes to see it. Yet there is a truth that humbles even the most curious mind. Not all light will reach us. In fact, most of it never will. There are galaxies whose light is forever lost to us, not because they have vanished, but because the universe itself will not allow their glow to arrive. This forgotten light is part of the story of the expanding cosmos, a story written in waves that are stretched into silence before they can touch us. The reason is tied to the age and shape of the universe. Light travels at the fastest speed possible, but it still takes time to cross great distances. The universe is about 13.8 billion years old, and light from the most distant regions we can see has been traveling toward us since the earliest ages. Yet the universe has been expanding that entire time, pulling galaxies farther apart. By the time light from a distant galaxy has crossed the cosmic gulf, that galaxy itself may be many times farther away, receding so quickly that its new light will never catch up. This means that what we see is only a fraction of what exists. Imagine a great library, filled with endless shelves of books. You are given only the first few shelves, the ones nearest to you. The rest stretch into the distance far beyond your reach. The books are real, filled with stories and knowledge, but you will never read them. The light from galaxies beyond our horizon is like those hidden shelves. They are part of the cosmic library, but their stories are forever out of reach. Even the galaxies we see today are already fading. Their light is stretched as it travels, stretched until its color shifts to red, then to infrared, then to microwave. Eventually it stretches so far that it blends into the faint background glow of the universe itself. When that happens, the light is lost to us. The galaxy may still be shining, still alive, but to us it has gone dark. It is as though the universe is slowly dimming the lights, one by one, leaving us with a quieter sky. The forgotten light is not gone, but it is changed. It is spread thin across space, its energy diluted, its color softened. In some sense, it has become part of the background, woven into the fabric of the cosmos itself. What was once a brilliant galaxy filled with billions of suns, becomes a faint whisper hidden in the cosmic hum. This process is not something that happens all at once. It is slow, unfolding over billions of years. Even now, light from galaxies at the edge of our observable universe is stretched so much that we see them not as galaxies, but as faint smudges of infrared. Their glow is already on the edge of invisibility. Future generations, far in the distance of time, will not see them at all. The galaxies will still exist, but their light will be forgotten by the universe's horizon. There is a strange kind of poetry in this. The forgotten light is like letters written on the wind, carried so far and stretched so thin that they can no longer be read. Yet the act of writing them mattered. The galaxies shone, and in their shining, they shaped the cosmos. Their light may vanish from our sight, but its influence is woven into the structure of space itself. The forgotten light is not wasted. It is absorbed into the grand story of creation. Think of the cosmic background radiation, the faint afterglow of the universe's birth. It is light stretched to the microwave range, light that has traveled across almost all of time. It is an example of forgotten light that we can still detect, a whisper from an age when the universe was young and hot. In billions of years, the galaxies we see today will join that whisper, their light stretched until it becomes part of the cosmic background. The night sky will look different, but the memory of their existence will still be there, hidden in the fabric of the universe. This realization changes how we think about permanence. We often imagine stars and galaxies as eternal, shining forever in the night. But the truth is that even their light can be forgotten. The universe is not a fixed painting, but a living story, one that changes and shifts over time. The forgotten light is part of that change, a reminder that nothing remains visible forever, and yet nothing is ever truly lost. As you reflect on this, imagine yourself lying in the dark, surrounded by stars. Beyond them lie galaxies, faint and red, their light stretched thin. Beyond those are galaxies whose light will never arrive, already lost to expansion. You cannot see them, but you know they are there, shining in their own corners of the universe. Their light may be forgotten by your eyes, but not by the cosmos itself. It lives on, woven into the quiet hum of the universe, a song of light stretched into eternity. The forgotten light of galaxies reminds us of something deep about our own lives. Much of what we do may seem small, invisible, or forgotten. Words fade, moments pass, memories slip away. Yet nothing is truly lost. Every action leaves an imprint, every thought sends ripples, every moment is part of the fabric of existence. Just as galaxies beyond the horizon still shine, though their light will never reach us, so too do our lives shine in ways we may never fully see. In this way, the forgotten light is not a loss but a comfort. It tells us that the universe remembers even when we do not. It tells us that what is invisible is not gone. It is still there, quietly part of everything, even if beyond our reach. The night sky is not empty. It is full of light, some visible, some hidden, all part of the endless story of the cosmos. When you look at the night sky, you are not only looking across space, you are also looking back in time. Every beam of light carries with it a history, a message from a distant past. The farther away the source of the light, the older the story it tells. This is why astronomers often describe the universe as a time machine. The night sky is not just a view of what is above us now. It is a record of what was, a cosmic diary written in light. The stars nearest to us, Those that shine brightest and clearest are only a few years or a few decades away in terms of light travel. The light you see tonight may have left when you were still a child or even before you were born. The sun itself takes about 8 minutes to send its light to Earth, so when you look at the sun, you are seeing it as it was 8 minutes ago, not as it is now. For nearby stars, the delay is a handful of years. For galaxies, the delay is measured in billions of years. This means that when you look at a distant galaxy, you are looking into the deep past. A galaxy 10 billion light years away appears as it was when the universe was only a few billion years old. Its stars are younger, its structure is different, and its light is stretched by expansion. You are seeing it as it was before Earth formed, before life began, before humans walked under the sky. It is not a picture of the present, but of the past, frozen in light that has crossed the gulf of space to reach you. In this way, the universe allows us to witness its history. We do not need a time machine of metal and gears. We only need our eyes and the patience to let light arrive. The farther we look, the deeper into time we travel. This is why telescopes are often called windows into the past. They collect ancient light, gathering stories from the earliest days of the cosmos. Imagine standing at the edge of a forest, looking inward. The closest trees are clear and detailed. You can see the texture of their bark, the shape of their leaves. Farther in, the trees blend together and your vision grows hazy. Yet the forest is there, stretching deeper than you can see. The universe works the same way. The nearest stars are sharp and immediate. The farthest galaxies are faint and ancient, their light blurred and stretched. Beyond them lies more, unseen, but still part of the great forest of the cosmos. This perspective reshapes how we think of existence. The galaxies above you are not the galaxies of now. They are the galaxies of then. What you see is not reality as it is, but reality as it was. The present is hidden, unreachable, forever beyond your sight. You are always one step behind, chasing light that left long ago. And yet, in that chasing, you glimpse the story of creation itself. The farther back you look, the more the universe changes. In the earliest times, galaxies were smaller, less structured, more chaotic. Stars were massive and short-lived, burning quickly before collapsing into remnants. Gas and dust filled space, coalescing into the first clusters. By catching their ancient light, we see how the cosmos evolved, how it grew from simplicity into the complex web we know today. The universe shows us its past willingly, but its present and future remain veiled. There is a beauty in this arrangement. To gaze at the night sky is to be given a gift, a vision not only of distance, but of time. Each point of light is a relic, a memory carried faithfully across space. When you let your eyes wander, you are tracing billions of years in a single glance. You are watching the universe tell its own story in silence. The fact that we can see into the past but not the present also changes how we imagine the galaxies themselves. The ones you see may have merged with neighbors long ago. Their stars may have burned out, their shapes transformed. Some may no longer exist as they once did, but the light you see preserves them as they were, immortalizing them in the history of the sky. They live on in your vision, even if their present reality is forever beyond you. Think of the most distant light we can detect, the cosmic background radiation. It comes from a time when the universe was less than 400,000 years old, a baby compared to its current age of nearly 14 billion years. When you look at that glow, you are seeing the earliest possible moment that light could travel freely, the afterglow of creation itself. It is the oldest photograph the universe can give us, a picture of its own childhood. Beyond that, no light can reach us, because before that time, the cosmos was opaque, filled with hot plasma that trapped light. Even with the universe as a time machine, there is a limit to how far back we can go. As you lie beneath the stars, you are wrapped in time as much as in space. The light on your face has traveled across ages, carrying with it the history of stars, galaxies, and the cosmos itself. You are a witness to events that happened billions of years ago, events that shaped the universe into what it is today. You cannot see the present, but you can hold the past in your vision, and that is a gift beyond measure. It is humbling to realize that the sky you see tonight is not the same sky that someone will see billions of years from now. By then, many of the galaxies will have faded, their light stretched beyond visibility. Others will have slipped entirely beyond the horizon. The night sky will change, and so will the story it tells. But for now, you are living in an age when the time machine still works, when the galaxies still send their light, when the story of the cosmos is still visible in the stars. As you rest with this thought, imagine yourself not bound by the present, but carried back into time. Imagine watching the first galaxies form, their light spilling outward. Imagine seeing the first stars ignite, blazing in the darkness. Imagine being present at the dawn of the cosmos, not in body, but in vision, through the light that has traveled billions of years to reach you. The universe is a time machine, and tonight you are already inside it. When you look at the night sky, it feels as though the stars and galaxies will always be there. The constellations seem fixed, the great river of the Milky Way seems eternal, and even the faint smudges of distant galaxies feel like permanent companions. Yet the truth is more fragile and more fleeting. The universe is not still. It is expanding, and the expansion is accelerating. This means that many of the galaxies you see today will not always be visible. In the far future, they will slip beyond the cosmic horizon, fading until their light disappears. The sky itself will change, becoming emptier and lonelier as time stretches onward. This idea is called the disappearing future, and it is one of the strangest consequences of cosmic expansion. For as long as humans have existed, the sky has been filled with light. Ancient storytellers drew animals and heroes among the stars. Early astronomers mapped the faint smudges of nearby galaxies. Modern telescopes have revealed billions of galaxies, each one filled with billions of stars. But this abundance of light is temporary. In the distant future, only the galaxies bound to our own will remain. The rest will be gone from view, not destroyed, but carried forever beyond the horizon. The reason is dark energy. This mysterious force makes up most of the universe, and it pushes space to expand faster and faster. Galaxies near us, like the Andromeda Galaxy, are close enough that gravity will keep them bound together with the Milky Way, but galaxies farther away are already receding too quickly. Their light will reach us for a while longer, but eventually the expansion will carry them beyond the point of no return. Their new light will never arrive, and their presence in the sky will vanish. Imagine walking along a shoreline at dusk. The tide is rising, and waves are pulling away objects that once rested on the sand. At first you can still see them, though they are smaller and dimmer with distance, but eventually the water carries them away until they disappear beyond the horizon. The ocean has not erased them. They are still out there, drifting farther, but you will never see them again. The universe works in much the same way. The cosmic tide of expansion will pull galaxies out of sight, leaving us with a sky less crowded, less filled with wonder to the naked eye. This does not happen quickly. For billions of years to come, the sky will look almost the same as it does now. The stars will continue to shine, and the galaxies we see today will still glow faintly at the edges of vision, but with time, their light will stretch, red-shifted, until it fades beyond detection. Eventually, only the galaxies of our local group, the small family of galaxies bound by gravity to the Milky Way, will remain. All others will vanish into the unreachable distance. Think of what this means for the future of astronomy. Today, we can see billions of galaxies. We can study the history of the universe by looking back in time through their light. But in the far future, astronomers will not have this luxury. They will look at the sky and see only a few nearby galaxies. The evidence of expansion will be hidden from them. The great story of the cosmos, written across billions of light years, will no longer be visible. They will live in a smaller universe, not because the cosmos itself has shrunk, but because their view has. This disappearing future is a reminder that we live in a privileged moment in cosmic history. We are alive at a time when the universe is still young enough that its great abundance of galaxies is visible. The light of distant objects still reaches us, carrying stories from billions of years ago. We are able to map the cosmos, to measure its expansion, to glimpse its origins. In the far future, those opportunities will be gone. The universe will still exist, vast and filled with galaxies, but it will no longer be visible in the same way. There is both sadness and wonder in this thought. It is sad to imagine a sky with fewer galaxies, a night less rich with faint light. But it is wondrous to realize that we are here now, in this fleeting window of cosmic visibility. The galaxies shine for us, their light reaching us across unimaginable distances and times. We are witnesses to a story that future observers may never know. That makes our present view of the universe not only beautiful, but rare. The disappearing future also teaches us about impermanence. Nothing in the universe is truly fixed. Stars are born, they burn, and they die. Galaxies collide and merge, reshaping themselves into new forms. Even the night sky, which feels eternal, will change. Over billions of years, the constellations will shift, the stars will move, and the galaxies will fade. The beauty of the sky lies not in its permanence, but in its constant transformation. As you let this idea settle, picture yourself standing beneath the stars. Around you, the galaxies stretch in every direction, their light faint but real. You know that many of them will not always be there. Their glow will fade, their presence will vanish, their light will become forgotten. And yet, for this moment, you can see them. You are alive in a rare age when the universe is filled with visible galaxies, when the story of the cosmos is still written brightly across the sky. You are witnessing a chapter that will someday be closed. In the far future, the sky will be quieter, emptier, more solitary. But that future is not here yet. For now, the galaxies are still shining, still sending their light, still filling the night with stories from across time. The disappearing future reminds us to look up with gratitude, to let our eyes and minds take in the abundance while it lasts. It may not last forever, but for tonight, it is still here, and it is still beautiful. When you look at the night sky today, you are gazing into abundance. Billions of galaxies lie beyond the reach of your eyes, yet they can be revealed with telescopes, each one glowing softly across the darkness. It feels as though the universe will always be full, always crowded with light. But this age of cosmic richness is temporary. In the deep future, the universe will grow lonelier. The galaxies we see today will drift away, pulled beyond the horizon by accelerating expansion. Only the nearest companions, bound to us by gravity, will remain. This is the lonely cosmos ahead, a universe where the night sky is quieter, emptier, and more isolated. The galaxies closest to us, those in what astronomers call the local group, will remain together. The Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are on a slow path toward collision, and in billions of years, they will merge into a single giant galaxy. Around them, smaller satellite galaxies will circle, gradually absorbed into the whole. This small family of galaxies will form an island of light in an otherwise dark and empty universe. The rest of the galaxies, billions of them, will vanish from sight, carried away by the stretching of space. Imagine living in that future. The night sky would still be filled with stars from the merged Milky Way and Andromeda, but the faint smudges of distant galaxies would be gone. The universe would appear smaller, its history hidden, its vastness invisible. Future observers would have no way of knowing how full the cosmos once was. They would look out and see only their own galactic island, surrounded by silence. The evidence of cosmic expansion, the proof of other galaxies, the stories written in ancient light would all be gone. The universe would seem quiet and self-contained. This loneliness is not a sign of loss, but a natural result of the universe's evolution. Expansion is relentless, and dark energy ensures that it accelerates with time. Galaxies far from us are already receding too quickly for their light to ever catch up. In billions of years, even galaxies we see now will fade, their light stretched until it is no longer detectable. The local group will remain, but it will be surrounded by emptiness. The great ocean of galaxies will become invisible, leaving only our small island of stars. Think of the night sky as a great orchestra, filled with instruments playing together. Today, the music is full and complex, with every galaxy adding its note. But as time passes, the instruments fall silent, one by one. The music grows thinner, quieter, until only a single section remains, playing alone in the darkness. The orchestra has not disappeared, but you can no longer hear it. The lonely cosmos ahead is like that, a universe where most of the galaxies still exist, but are beyond hearing, beyond sight, beyond reach. This future may seem sad, but it is also a reminder of the privilege of the present. We live in an age when the universe still speaks to us in light, when the galaxies still fill our skies, when the orchestra still plays in full. We can see billions of galaxies, measure their distances, trace their history, and imagine their futures. We are witnesses to a richness that will not last forever. The lonely cosmos ahead is part of the story, but we are living in the chapter of abundance. Even in that future, however, there will still be beauty. The merged galaxy of the Milky Way and Andromeda will be vast, filled with stars, clusters, and nebulae. The night sky will still glow with countless suns, each one carrying the possibility of worlds and stories of its own. The loneliness will not erase wonder. It will simply change its form, focusing it inward toward the stars of the great merged galaxy that will be home to whatever life remains. There is also comfort in knowing that the galaxies we lose from sight are not destroyed. They still exist, carrying on their lives in the unreachable distance. Their stars still shine, their planets still circle, their black holes still shape the space around them. They are part of the universe, even if no longer part of our vision. The lonely cosmos ahead is lonely only from our perspective. From within those distant galaxies, the universe will still feel full. They too will see their own skies, filled with stars and their own nearby companions. Each island of galaxies will carry its own story, its own view of the cosmos. As you let this thought rest in your mind, imagine yourself drifting into that far future. The stars of the Milky Way and Andromeda have merged into new constellations, strange and unfamiliar. The night sky is filled with their light, brighter and denser than before. Yet when you look beyond, there are no faint galaxies, no distant smudges, no whispers of light from billions of light years away. The horizon is empty. The orchestra is silent. You are living in an island of stars surrounded by vast cosmic darkness. And yet, even in that loneliness, there is peace. The universe has not ended. It has simply evolved, as all things do. The galaxies beyond may be lost to sight, but they remain, scattered across space, glowing in their own quiet corners. The lonely cosmos ahead is not truly empty. It is filled with presence, even if hidden from you. The light is still there, even if it will never reach you again. The night sky you see is not the whole of the universe. It is only a small window, a narrow glimpse of what exists. Beyond the faintest galaxies, your eyes, or even the most powerful telescopes, can detect lies a realm of countless others, hidden forever beyond our cosmic horizon. They are real, they are shining, they are evolving, and yet they will never be part of our view. This is the infinite beyond, a universe larger than we can imagine, filled with galaxies we will never know. When you stand beneath the stars, it feels vast enough already. Billions of galaxies stretch in every direction, each one containing billions of suns, each sun perhaps with its own planets and moons. To know that there are even more galaxies beyond what we can see, so many that they may outnumber the visible ones, is almost impossible to comprehend. It is like standing at the shore of an ocean and realizing that the horizon is not the edge of the sea, but only the edge of your sight. Beyond it lies water without end. The galaxies beyond our horizon are not different in kind from the ones we see. They are built of stars, gas, dust, and dark matter. They are shaped by gravity, forming clusters and superclusters, filaments and voids, just as the galaxies within our sight do. The difference is only that their light has not had time to reach us. They exist in the same universe, subject to the same laws, but they are hidden by the limit of time and the speed of light. To imagine this, think of the observable universe as a bubble. We live at the center, and around us, light has traveled for almost 14 billion years, stretched by expansion into a sphere of vision about 46 billion light years in radius. Beyond that sphere, the universe continues. Galaxies form and shine, but their light is forever out of reach. The bubble grows slowly as time passes, but expansion carries most galaxies farther away even faster, ensuring that their light will never arrive. It is humbling to realize that what we know of the universe is only a fraction of what exists. Our cosmic horizon is vast, but it is not infinite. For every galaxy we can see, there may be many more that lie forever beyond sight. If the universe is infinite, then the number of galaxies is infinite as well, stretching endlessly into the unseen. Even if it is finite, its scale is so great that the hidden galaxies outnumber those within our view by an unimaginable margin. The infinite beyond is not just an idea. It has consequences. It means that we can never know the whole of the cosmos. There will always be mysteries we cannot touch, structures we cannot map, histories we cannot witness. The galaxies beyond our horizon are like chapters in a book sealed away, their words written but unreadable to us. We can guess their contents, we can imagine their stories, but we can never turn their pages. And yet, there is wonder in this limitation. The fact that the universe is larger than our view means that there is always more to imagine. We are not confined to a small, simple cosmos. We are part of something so vast that even its hidden regions are filled with galaxies beyond counting. To know that they exist, even if unseen, is to feel awe at the immensity of reality. The infinite beyond also raises questions. Are the galaxies out there like ours, or do they differ in ways we cannot guess? Do they form the same kinds of stars and planets? Do they give rise to life? Or are there regions of the cosmos where the conditions are entirely different, where matter clumps in unfamiliar ways, where galaxies take on shapes we would not recognize? We cannot know, but the questions themselves remind us of the depth of the mystery. Imagine standing on a quiet plain at night, surrounded by lanterns. The nearest lanterns glow brightly, easy to see. Farther away, others are faint, their light blurred by distance. Beyond a certain point, you know there are more lanterns, but you cannot see them. You sense their presence, but they are hidden by darkness and distance. The universe is like that plain. We are surrounded by galaxies, but beyond a certain horizon, they vanish, leaving us with the knowledge that more exist than we will ever see. This does not mean we are cut off from the infinite beyond entirely. Though we cannot see those galaxies directly, their influence may still reach us in other ways. The distribution of galaxies within our horizon, the patterns of cosmic structure, the faint background glow of radiation, all of these carry hints of the larger universe. They are whispers from beyond, traces of the unseen, reminding us that we are part of something greater than our own small bubble. The infinite beyond also invites us to reflect on perspective. From where we stand, the horizon seems like a wall, a limit beyond which nothing is visible. But from another galaxy, the horizon would be different. They would see galaxies we cannot, while others we see would be invisible to them. Every observer in the universe carries their own bubble, their own horizon, their own private view of the cosmos. Together, these horizons overlap, forming a universe larger than any one perspective can contain. As you let these thoughts drift through your mind, imagine the galaxies beyond our reach. Imagine their stars burning, their planets circling, their black holes shaping space, their light spilling outward, though it will never arrive. They are real as the galaxies you can see, but they belong to the infinite beyond, the unseen ocean of the cosmos. You may never witness them, but you know they are there, part of the same universe, part of the same story. In the end, the infinite beyond is not a barrier but a gift. It reminds you that the universe is larger than your vision, larger than your imagination, larger than your ability to know. You are not at the center of a small and simple cosmos. You are part of an endless one, filled with galaxies you will never see, yet galaxies that still exist, shining silently beyond the horizon. Long before galaxies existed, before stars lit up the night, before planets circled suns, the universe was a hot and dense sea of energy. It was a place without form, filled with particles colliding in an endless storm of heat and light. In that earliest time, light could not travel freely. It was trapped, scattered by matter in every direction, unable to escape. Then, nearly 14 billion years ago, the universe cooled just enough for the first atoms to form. When that happened, light was released, spreading outward in every direction. That ancient glow still fills the universe today. It is the oldest light we can see, and it is known as the cosmic background radiation. When you imagine this glow, do not picture bright beams of light. The cosmic background is faint, stretched by the expansion of the universe into microwaves invisible to your eyes. It is everywhere, surrounding you, passing through you, humming quietly in the background of existence. It is not the light of stars or galaxies, but the afterglow of creation itself, the last whisper of the universe's birth. This ancient light is important because it carries a memory of the cosmos in its earliest state. Frozen in its faint glow are patterns that reveal what the universe was like before galaxies existed. Tiny ripples in the background show where matter was slightly denser, where gravity would later gather gas and dust to form stars, galaxies, and clusters. The cosmic background is a snapshot of the universe as a newborn, a picture of its first visible moment. Think of it like an old photograph, faded and worn, yet still holding the faces and places of a distant past. The cosmic background is the oldest photograph in existence, not of people or places on Earth, but of the universe itself. It shows us the cosmos when it was less than 400,000 years old, a baby compared to its nearly 14 billion year age today. Looking at that light is like looking back to the first chapter of the universe's story. The cosmic background is not only old, it is also universal. No matter where you look in the sky, it is there, faint but steady. It does not come from one place, but from everywhere, because it was released when the whole universe was filled with hot plasma. It is the same light we would see from any galaxy, from any vantage point in the cosmos. It unites all observers, reminding us that we share the same origin, the same first light. There is something profoundly moving about this. You are surrounded by galaxies, each with its own stars and planets, each with its own horizon. Yet beyond all of those differences lies a common beginning, a glow that every observer in the universe can detect. No matter how far apart they are, no matter what galaxies they live in, they share the same background, the same memory of creation. The cosmic background is the thread that ties the universe together. The faint ripples in the background are also a reminder of how small things can shape great outcomes. Those tiny variations in density, only slight differences in the smoothness of the early universe, became the seeds of everything we see today. Without them, matter would never have gathered, and galaxies would never have formed. Every star, every planet, every living thing owes its existence to those tiny ripples. The background is more than just a photograph. It is the blueprint of the universe's structure. Imagine lying in a quiet room and hearing a faint hum in the distance, almost too soft to notice. That hum might carry stories, memories, and echoes of things long gone. The cosmic background is like that hum. It is the faintest whisper of the universe's earliest moments, still echoing across space, still carrying its story billions of years later. To hear it is to listen to the voice of time itself. For us, the cosmic background is also a limit. It is the farthest back we can see with light. Before it, the universe was too hot and dense for light to escape. That era is hidden from us, unreachable by our eyes. The background is the horizon of vision, the oldest glow we will ever detect. It is as if the curtain of history lifts only so far, and behind it lies a darkness we cannot penetrate. The first light is both a revelation and a boundary. This does not mean the earlier universe is unknowable. Its story may be written in other ways, in the ripples of gravity or in the shapes of particles that formed then. But for now, the cosmic background is our earliest record, the first visible moment of time. It is the beginning of what we can see, even if not the beginning of all things. As you imagine this light, picture yourself surrounded by it. Though you cannot see it, it is all around you. filling the room you are in, stretching across the sky. It is ancient, older than any star, older than any galaxy, older than Earth itself. It is the memory of the universe's childhood, still alive in the present, still reaching you across billions of years. There is comfort in this thought. The light that surrounds you has been traveling since the dawn of time. It is a reminder that you are part of a story far greater than yourself, a story that began long before you and will continue long after. You are not separate from the universe. You are woven into it, connected by light that has been here since the beginning. The echoes of the first light remind us that even the faintest whispers can endure. Across nearly 14 billion years, this glow has not vanished. It has stretched and dimmed, but it remains, carrying with it the memory of creation. Just as galaxies may slip from sight and stars may fade, the universe still remembers. Its first light still shines, even if hidden from your eyes. When you step outside on a clear night, the stars seem calm and steady. They do not drift or swirl before your eyes. The constellations hold their familiar patterns. The galaxies that can be glimpsed appear as faint and unmoving smudges. To the human eye, the sky is still, timeless, and eternal. Yet, this is an illusion. The universe is not still at all. Everything is in motion, rushing, spinning, and stretching. Galaxies race away from one another. Stars orbit the hearts of their galaxies. Planets circle their suns. Even you, standing quietly beneath the night, are moving at incredible speed, carried on the spinning Earth, the orbiting sun, and the drifting galaxy. The stillness you see is only a matter of scale and perspective. Consider our own Earth. It spins on its axis once every 24 hours, carrying you along at hundreds of meters per second if you stand near the equator. Yet you do not feel this spin. You do not see the ground blur or the stars streak overhead. The motion is too smooth, too vast, and too steady to notice. The planet also orbits the sun, traveling nearly 150 million kilometers in a single year. That is about 30 kilometers every second. Once again, the speed is enormous, but you do not sense it. The Earth carries you smoothly, silently, without turbulence. Now expand this perspective outward. The sun itself is not still. It orbits the center of the Milky Way galaxy at more than 200 kilometers every second. The entire solar system rides along this path, completing one full orbit in about 225 million years. That means that in all the history of human beings, we have not yet completed even one full lap around the galaxy. The stars you see around you are also moving, each following its own orbit, weaving together like dancers in a silent ballet. The constellations that seem eternal to your eyes are slowly shifting, their shapes stretching and warping across thousands of years. Beyond our galaxy, the motion becomes even more extraordinary. The Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy are moving toward each other, destined to collide in about 4 billion years. Each is pulled by the gravity of the other, even as both are carried by the expansion of space. And farther still, galaxies across the universe are rushing away from us, their light stretched into red as space expands between us. Some are moving away so quickly that their new light will never reach us. To your eyes, they appear faint and still. In truth, they are racing into the darkness at speeds beyond comprehension. The stillness of the sky is a trick of distance. Stars are so far away that their motion appears frozen. Even the fastest stars move so slowly across the sky that it takes centuries for their changes to be noticed. Galaxies are even farther, so distant that their light travels for millions or billions of years before reaching you. They too appear steady, yet their true motion is immense. The illusion of stillness is the gift of scale, a reminder that what looks calm may in truth be rushing with endless motion. There is a kind of beauty in this hidden motion. To know that you are part of a dance too vast to see is humbling and comforting at the same time. You are not fixed in one place. You are carried through the cosmos, your every breath taken while riding on a planet, orbiting a star, circling a galaxy, swept along in an expanding universe. You are part of a river of motion that has no end, flowing silently around you. This illusion also carries a lesson. The universe often hides its true nature behind appearances. Stillness conceals motion, darkness conceals light, emptiness conceals presence. What you see is only part of the story. To look deeper is to uncover layers of reality more extraordinary than the surface suggests. The quiet night sky is not quiet at all. It is alive with motion, a symphony of galaxies expanding, stars orbiting, and light streaming across space. Imagine for a moment if your eyes could speed up time. You would see the constellations twist and shift, their patterns dissolving into new shapes. You would see galaxies colliding, their arms stretching and merging. You would see the universe expand, galaxies rushing away like sparks from a fire. The stillness would vanish, replaced by a vision of endless change. Time is what slows this motion into stillness. Time is what turns motion into illusion. Even the smallest details are in motion. Atoms vibrate, molecules twist, and the very particles of light move at the fastest speed in existence. You are a collection of motion as much as you are a collection of matter. The chair you sit on, the walls around you, the air you breathe, all are buzzing with invisible movement. The illusion of stillness is not just in the sky, but in your very body, in the world around you. And yet, this illusion is not a lie. It is a gift. The stillness of the sky allows you to rest, to find calm, to look upward and feel peace. If you could see the true motion, the rushing and racing of all things, the sky might overwhelm you. Instead, it offers serenity while still carrying the truth of motion within it. The illusion allows you to feel still, even as you ride a planet orbiting a star, racing around a galaxy, speeding through an expanding universe. As you think of this, imagine the sky above you. It is calm, steady, filled with stars that seem fixed. Yet now you know that beneath this stillness lies movement beyond imagining. You are part of that movement, carried along without effort, part of the grand flow of the cosmos. The stillness you see is not absence of motion, but harmony of motion. Everything moves together so smoothly that you feel only peace. The illusion of stillness is a reminder that the universe is always more than it seems. What you see as quiet may be full of motion. What you see as empty may be full of presence. What you see as darkness may be full of light. To look deeper is to see more. But even without seeing, you are still part of the story. The night sky may appear calm, but in truth, it is alive with endless change, and you are alive within it. When we look at the night sky, we are always limited by a boundary. It is not a wall you can see or a curtain you can touch, but it is there all the same. This boundary is the horizon of the observable universe, the farthest distance from which light has had time to reach us. Beyond it lies the rest of the cosmos, hidden not by dust or shadow, but by time itself. We can never look beyond this edge with light. What lies there is one of the greatest mysteries of existence. To think about this hidden realm is to stretch the imagination. The universe within our horizon already contains hundreds of billions of galaxies. Each of those galaxies contains billions of stars, with planets, moons, and perhaps life. The scale is overwhelming, and yet all of that is only the part we can see. Beyond the horizon may lie more galaxies than we can even name, a continuation of the cosmic web stretching endlessly into the unseen. The thought is both humbling and exhilarating. The question then becomes, what is it like beyond the horizon? Is it more of the same, filled with galaxies and stars, shaped by the same forces we know? Or does it hold something stranger, something different, something that challenges our understanding of reality itself? Our instruments cannot tell us directly, but they offer clues. The patterns of cosmic background light, the distribution of galaxies near the edge, the ripples of structure in space, all suggest that the universe continues much as it does within our horizon. Yet the truth may be far richer, filled with surprises that we cannot yet guess. Some imagine that beyond our horizon lie other immense structures, superclusters of galaxies stretching across billions of light years, never to be seen from here. Others wonder if the conditions beyond might be slightly different, if the rules of physics might shift subtly in places so far away. It is possible that beyond the part of the universe we know, there are regions where galaxies look different, where matter gathers in unusual shapes, or where cosmic history took a slightly different path. We cannot confirm it, but we can wonder, and in that wondering, we expand the limits of our imagination. The horizon also invites us to think about infinity. If the universe is infinite, then what lies beyond is simply more and more without end. Every horizon hides another, and every edge is only a local limit, not a true boundary. In an infinite cosmos, there are galaxies forever beyond reach, and yet they exist all the same. The infinite stretches outward in every direction, filling the unseen with endless possibilities. To live in such a universe is to know that the unknown is always larger than the known. This mystery also gives rise to deeper questions. If the universe is truly infinite, does that mean that somewhere far beyond our horizon there are regions that resemble ours? Are there galaxies that look like the Milky Way, with stars arranged in familiar patterns? Are there even planets that resemble Earth, though we will never reach them? The scale of infinity makes such things possible. Though we can never confirm them, the horizon seals them away, forever hidden. And what if the universe is not infinite, but finite and curved, like the surface of a sphere? In that case, what lies beyond the horizon may eventually curve back upon itself. The galaxies we cannot see today might be echoes of galaxies we can see, repeated in patterns we cannot yet recognize. In such a cosmos, the hidden regions may not be truly different, but they may be reflections, like the repeating images in a hall of mirrors. Even this possibility is strange and beautiful, a reminder that the shape of the universe is itself a mystery. Beyond the horizon may also lie the seeds of other realities. Some theories suggest that our universe is one bubble in a vast foam, with other bubbles drifting beside it. If that is true, then beyond the reach of our vision might be places where the laws of physics are different, where stars burn in strange ways, or where galaxies never formed at all. These other realms may never touch us, but they may exist, hidden beyond the horizon of not only our sight, but of our universe itself. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of an endless plain with fog rolling in the distance. You can see only so far. You know the plain continues, but you do not know what fills it beyond the fog. It might be more of the same grass and stone, stretching without end, or it might hold forests, rivers, mountains, and wonders you cannot imagine. The horizon of the universe is like that fog. Beyond it lies a continuation, but the details are forever hidden. The mystery is what makes it so compelling. The galaxies we cannot see are not gone. They are simply unreachable. Their light may never cross the expanding gulf, but they shine nonetheless, carrying on their lives in silence. Stars ignite, planets form, black holes grow, clusters gather. All of it happens beyond our horizon, unseen and unknown but real. The universe is not bound by what we can observe. It is larger, richer, and deeper than any one perspective can capture. As you rest with this thought, picture the horizon itself. It is not a sharp edge, but a gentle boundary, a distance beyond which light has not yet arrived. You stand at the center of your own bubble of vision, surrounded by galaxies near and far. Beyond the bubble lies more, endless more, stretching into the unknown. You cannot see it, but you know it is there. The unseen universe is part of the same story, even if it remains forever hidden. The mystery of what lies beyond our horizon is not a problem to be solved, but an invitation to wonder. It reminds us that knowledge has limits, and that within those limits lies a beauty all its own. To know that the universe holds more than you can see is to be humbled, but also to be inspired. You are surrounded by galaxies, and beyond them by galaxies you will never see. The horizon does not end the story. It only reminds you that the story is larger than your view. When you lie beneath the stars, the night can feel like a window into infinity. The galaxies above you, faint and scattered like soft sparks, seem endless. Yet, throughout this journey, we have discovered that the universe is not what it seems. We have learned that the galaxies we see are only a fraction of what exists, that the light of many will fade away, and that countless more lie hidden beyond the horizon, forever beyond reach. To end this story is not to close the universe, but to step back and marvel at the immensity of it all. The galaxies you see today are like voices carried across time. Their light has traveled for billions of years to reach you, telling stories of how they once were. Yet you are not seeing them as they are now. You are seeing them as they were long ago, preserved in beams of light stretched across the ages. Each galaxy is both a memory and a mystery, a reminder that the universe shows you the past but hides the present. To gaze upward is to gaze backward, to let light itself be your guide through the history of the cosmos. And what of the galaxies you will never see? They are still out there, countless and shining, scattered across distances so immense that their light will never arrive. Some are forming stars, others are colliding, still others are growing quiet as their fuel runs out. They do not need to be seen to be real. They are part of the same universe, woven into the same fabric of space and time. Their invisibility does not erase them. It simply reminds you that the universe is larger than your vision. In the far future, the sky will change. Many of the galaxies you see now will drift away, pulled beyond the horizon by expansion. Their glow will fade until it is gone, leaving only the galaxies bound to our own. The night will feel quieter, emptier, lonelier, but even then, the stars of the Milky Way and the merged Andromeda Galaxy will shine, filling the sky with their brilliance. The cosmos will not be gone. It will simply be less visible. What remains will still carry beauty, still carry mystery, still carry the quiet rhythm of the universe unfolding. It is humbling to know that we live in a privileged age. We are alive at a time when the universe is still open to us, when billions of galaxies are visible, when their light still crosses the gulf of space to tell us their stories. We are able to map the cosmos, to trace its history, not to imagine its future. We are witnesses to a richness that will not last forever. The galaxies are here for us now, their light a gift across time. But the true wonder of this journey is not only in the galaxies themselves, it is in what they reveal about your place in the universe. You are small, yes, but you are also part of something vast. The same laws that shape galaxies shape you. The same atoms that burn in stars flow in your veins. The same light that has traveled for billions of years now touches your eyes. You are not separate from the universe. You are woven into it, part of its story, part of its light. Think of the horizon one last time. It is not a wall, not a prison, but a reminder that there is always more. Beyond what you can see, beyond what you can know, the universe continues. Its galaxies are countless, its mysteries endless. To live with that knowledge is to live with wonder. You do not need to see everything to feel its presence. The unseen is as real as the seen, and the horizon is not the end, but the beginning of imagination. As you close this journey, let yourself feel the calm of knowing that the universe is both vast and intimate. Vast in the endless galaxies that stretch beyond sight. Intimate in the light that has traveled across time to rest upon you tonight. The galaxies you will never see are not gone. They are part of the same fabric of existence, part of the same story that you too belong to. So when you look at the night sky, let it be more than a view. Let it be a reminder of how much there is, how much there always will be, and how deeply you are connected to it. The universe is larger than you can imagine, and yet it has made room for you, here and now, to wonder at its beauty. And with that thought, let your eyes grow heavy, let your mind drift, and let the quiet of the cosmos carry you. The galaxies may be countless, the horizon may be unreachable, but the peace of knowing they are there is enough. Rest now, beneath a sky filled with light, both seen and unseen, both near and forever beyond. Good night.